Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. We're out here at the Avon Park Aero Modelers Club. We're going to take up the Arrows RC P-51. Gonna have a little bit of fun with her. Don't remember the CG on the plane, but if you look on the top side of the wings, you can see there's a panel line that runs here. If you go just inside from that panel line, see them two black marks? I took a Sharpie. If you watch my unbox and build video, you can saw on the radio setup, that's where I put the CG at, and the sheet measures CG is just perfectly there. Let me put the gear up. You always measure your CG with your gear up because you're not going to fly around all the time. And CG is just perfect right there. Remember, CG is everything in an aircraft. You get enough lift, enough wing, and CG right, you can make a brick fly. So, wind has kind of died down now. Something this plane has is pretty cool. It has reverse.
Flaps up, brakes off, take off flaps.
All right, let's take this little warbird up for a spin. With a warbird tail dragger, you don't lift off until that tail is up. Mainly, not because of the lift, but because you have more positive control with a rudder then. Taking off and landing is all about rudder and throttle. Whoa. Yeah, right rudder. You need a little bit of right rudder when you take off because she's got torque roll on you. Like a lot of warbirds. As soon as those mains lift off, she's going to torque off to the left a little bit, so you need a little bit of right rudder whenever you go to take off. All right. I'm going to take her down, take her up. All right. Nice presentation pass here. About half throttle. That is one good looking bird.
Gear down, landing flaps.
All right, we're going to bring her by dirty.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
When I say dirty, that means flaps are down, gear is down. Bring her by dirty. Kind of low and slow. Get a good look at that beautiful bird. Going to leave her in that configuration. We're going to swing back out towards the highway. I'm now starting to line up for my my landing, my approach. Going to turn towards the runway. Get my wings level. Using my rudder now to line up on that center line on that runway. Starting to cut my throttle, keeping my wings level. Whoa. And we're not going to land.
Flaps up.
Flaps are up. I should have landed a little further back. This is still only the third time I've ever flown this plane.
Time remaining.
So I'm still not super comfortable with her just yet. But I will tell you, she's a good flying little plane. She's awfully small though, 1100 millimeter wingspan.
Landing flaps.
No, I'm going to go without the flaps this time. Trying to negate some of that porpoise there. Well, maybe not. If you don't like a landing, if you don't like it, go around. Save your battery, enough little battery so you can go around.
Landing
I guess we will use landing flaps this time. Keep the bugs out of my ears. That's just starting to be a problem. Yeah, I'm liking that approach a whole lot more. Yeah, there we go. That's what we're talking about right there.
Flaps up.
All right, let's see if we can't pull off a scale takeoff. Still got 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Pay attention to that tail. When I go to finally lift off, watch that tail. Watch how that plane's going to kind of pull off to the left a little bit, and I'm going to react we're going to counteract that with some right rudder. See? She's a tail dragger. They can get kind of squirrely. You got to get that tail off the ground in order to have more driving control. Well, I got almost a full quarter right rudder just then, just to get her up off the ground straight. So let's repeat that. We'll do that again.
Flaps.
All right, nice aileron turn here. Keep them on wings level, about half throttle. I'll stay in a little bit of power, keeping my wings level, easing off on the throttle. A little too much of a bounce there. That's okay. All right, go back to takeoff flaps. This plane does not have suspension gear, so remember that. Let's get on the other side of the center line. Yeah, I've got like quarter right throttle just now, just to keep her going straight, because the power of that motor makes her want to go off to the left.
1 minute. Landing flaps.
All right, back into the landing flaps. And when you're new to a plane and you're just learning the plane, don't go take her up and just keep flying around a circle. Practice your landings and takeoffs, landings and takeoffs. You'll learn more from that than you ever will from doing rolls and runs and trips and all that kind of stuff up in the air. Anybody can get a plane up there and do tricks.
30 seconds.
But taking off and landing, that is your bread and butter. That is the skill you should practice the most. I know guys that come out here, and all they do is just land and take off, land and take off. You know, because that's the one skill that is the most important. Remember, taking off
9
is always optional. Landing is
6
mandatory.
5
There we go.
4
Excellent little warbird. Excellent little warbird. All right, 3 seconds shy. Like, oh, I'm going too fast. I'm going too fast.
1
Oh, okay.
Brakes off. Time expired.
Time is now expired. Prop secured, right, because I can hit throttle all day. I'm not going to cut my finger off because I put a throttle cut. You set a plane up, you watch my assembly video. Throttle cut, make a throttle cut. Can I say it again? Throttle cut. The last thing you want to do is go to the hospital because you cut the end of your finger off or slice into your arm because you got careless and got hurt by your own toy. Kind of embarrassing. And then try to explain to mama why you want to buy a new plane now. All right, let's check and see how much life we got left. All right. If I can get her that 2200 3S is all you're going to be able to fit in this plane, okay? There's a pocket that 2200 slides into, okay? It runs parallel with the top of the fuselage here. That 22 lines up in there. That battery hatch, don't put Velcro or anything in there. That battery hatch is going to close down the canopy, and there's a dam on there that holds that battery in place. So you don't have to worry about that 2200 sliding back. 2200 3S is all you're going to fit in here. That's all you're going to fit in here. You can see I'm pulling it out now, kind of in there. Doing it without seeing it, so I can, with a camera, pull it out of that pocket there. Well, that is a 2200 3S LiPo battery from RC, I think rcbattery.com. Yeah, rcbattery.com. I'll put a link. These are great batteries. If you don't want to shell out the overpriced payment for the Spectrum batteries, yeah, they're good batteries. You pay what you get, what you pay for. I ain't gonna lie to you, them Spectrum batteries are good. I've got a whole bunch of them. But these LiPo's, I've had very good luck with them. I really have. They're about 30% cheaper than the Spectrum batteries. They don't have smart. They're not going to discharge themselves, so that's that. Excuse me. But they're a good solid battery, and I do recommend them. That's 2200, and it has a 50C discharge. I want to say they were, I think, $18 each. whereas the Spectrum battery of the same discharge rate would be 38. So there you go. That's the savings. Great plane. I'm running the battery, the receiver. I did in the assembly video, you did see me put a Gen 2 7-channel receiver, Lemon RX. Great receiver. The Gen 2s are awesome. The Gen 1s, they had reception problems, but these Gen 2s, I'll put them up against the Spectrum receiver any day of the week. This is the Gen 2 7-channel. That way I can do the reverse thrust. And great receiver. It's got stability. Don't ask me how to set them up. They are a little complicated, I'll give you that. They're not as easy with the Spectrum's forward programming. It has to do with a series of buttons, and you got to put a bind plug in. It's a little complicated. Just read the instructions and go step by step. If that guy can figure it out, you can figure it out. But anyways, that's what I got for the receiver. That's that dam I was talking about that holds that battery in. And let's actually see how much voltage I have left after a full 5 minutes. 46% left. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Folks, that is the Arrows RC P-51D Mustang. Love it. Thank you, Hobby Zone, for sending it out to me for review. Great plane. Thank you for watching. God bless y'all, and don't forget, save family and friends, and warbirds.